State Representative Dodie Horton from Houghton is here. Hey, I got that right. Hey, Miss Dodie, how are you this morning?
Doing great. How are you guys doing?
Well, we had the news story yesterday. Upwards of, nearly 40,000 nursing home residents across the state will get letters from the state saying, hey, kids, although they ain't kids, hey, kids, we're out of money. You may be living on the curb soon. Better call your kids. You might be moving back in. Are these scare tactics, or is there some legitimacy to the fears?
Well, the nursing home owners, all they can do is go on what they're told. And if the governor's not going to appropriate the funding that they need, they will be forced to send out letters. And I've never seen a governor play chicken with the lives of our seniors ever in my lifetime like this one has.
So let's pardon me just a moment. You said something that was rather incendiary. In your mind, in the minds of some of your colleagues also, if you want to go in that direction, is the governor, is John Bel Edwards playing chicken with the lives of seniors in Louisiana?
I feel yes, sir. The answer is yes.
Okay.
I believe so. You know me. You know I don't talk bad about my governor, and but I want to tell you, I've never seen anything like it. It's like we have at the moment, when HB1 went over to the Senate, the Department of Health was funded at 93.6% of their expenditures from this last year's budget, and there's been several bills passed that would even generate more revenue because of the reform that they present. And there's also, anyway, I'm sorry, there's a few other bills we're going to hear that could generate $90 million today, I believe, on the floor. So why in the world, I'm asking you, we appropriate the funds and he spends the funds.
So you're telling me there is a fix, and the way you just explained it, I could kind of follow along, a not-so-complex fix to the problem that the governor is ignoring?
I can't speak for him. It's just I see the actions, his actions, just like he threatens LSU football. I mean, but this is a lot more serious than LSU football. And like I said, he spends the money, the funds that appropriate these committees. And what are his priorities? I mean, it's funded, when it came over there, 93.6%, $12 billion. Are you telling me that this is what you have to do?
Where would you have suggested he cut if this was not the answer? I mean, he's got to cut almost 7% from the Department of Health. Do you have some suggestions if the governor were to ask?
Well, let me ask you, we don't know if it's 7% yet. It's not through yet. It's not gone through the process. And we don't know until it does, until everything's said and done, we don't know what the real figure is. Why? And so he's assuming on a bill that we sent over that's what he's going to have to do. That doesn't make any sense to us.
But he also will tell you that that's the bill that's the House has passed. So he has to prepare for that bill passing in the Senate just in case. And so the letters are, by law, have to go out 30 days in advance.
Well, let's be real. He owns the Senate. Okay, we're independent. He didn't want that bill to pass. He did not want us to pass HB1 over to the Senate. Why is that? Why would he not want us to? And we took his own budget and backfilled it by $500 million. He wanted us to raise $1.3 billion in a special session. He had to have. The deficit is now closer to what the fiscal staff tells us, $448 million, and we believe it's going to shrink even less. And then when we see what after everything's passed, what we have, then we'll go into a special session and see if what's needed.
In a special session, do you think this tactic with the nursing homes is his effort to encourage you and others to pass some sort of tax measures?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. But what I would do, I would take the Department of Health, whose service delivery model has not been updated since 1930s. We get more federal dollars than any other state. with the absolute worst outcome in the nation. I would update that service delivery model. I would direct my secretary to do that, adopt best practices, serve everybody effectively, efficiently, cut out the programs that are useless, and take that money and fund the ones that are. And taking care of our seniors and disabled should always be top priority above all else.
Miss Dodie, let's go a little different direction. Cedric Glover's HB 885 that would require first an audit, then parity funding for charity safety net hospitals across the state. We had Alan Seabaugh on yesterday. He said, I don't agree with Cedric Glover much, but this is a bill whose time has come. What do you think about this bill? How are you going to go?
Well, of course I'll support that bill because we've long understood that we don't get paid the same. We don't get the same funding per patient per service that they do in New Orleans, and so we would like to see the auditor give us the real facts. You know, it must be apples and apples, and if we are being slighted, then they need to adjust it.
The governor's going to join us Friday morning. Is this nursing home measure making your phone go crazy? Has it started?
Well, yes. We've had my assistant said we've had some increased calls, and I would too. I would be concerned. It would with this threat. It is a real threat. The nursing home said, Dodie, all we can do is go according to what he tells us. And I said, I understand that. And I said, have y'all ever had a threat like this before? They said, no. I said, have we had deficits? Of course. But yet, this is this is who he decides he's going to threaten with the cut. Our seniors and sick people that have 24-hour care. It's his choice.
No doubt in your mind that he made this decision.
No doubt whatsoever.
It's not the head of DHH. It's the governor's decision.
It's the governor's decision. She's a figurehead.